Under this compression corner, we will discuss exothermic and endothermic reaction. Endothermic means, endo means inside, thermic means heat. And in another word, exothermic means, exo means out, thermic means heat. So in every reaction can be either exothermic or endothermic reactions. There is no specific thumb rule for any reactions. Let us consider with one analogous examples. This is a system in which reaction is going on, and this is the surrounding around the system. So if heat goes from the surrounding inside the system, if heat goes from surrounding inside the system, what happens? Temperature decreases. When temperature decreases, cooling phenomena take place. Similarly, in another system, if heat coming from the system is out, heat is out to the surroundings, so what will happen? The temperature of the surrounding will increase. So this system is called as exothermic reactions. So now we'll see which are the reactions normally are called as exothermic reactions and endothermic reactions. So here we have lots of examples are there. So this is exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. You can see, so corrosion reactions, rusting of iron, dissolving ammonium chloride in water, this is endothermic reactions. Let us see all here. Mixing water with acids, exothermic reaction. Formation of snow in clouds, formation ion pair. So in ionic compound, when ion is forming pair, then this is called as exothermic reactions. Reaction of water and calcium oxide, freezing of water, decomposition of vegetable matter into compounds, then condensation of rain from water vapor, combustion reactions, thermite reaction. Thermite is a very important reaction in which iron oxides react with the aluminum to form iron plus aluminum oxide. So this is used in welding railway tracks. When tracks is broken off. Now in other endothermic reactions, dissolving ammonium chloride in water, sublimation of dry ice called as carbon dioxide or camphor, evaporation of water, mixing water with potassium chloride, melting ice cubes, cooking an egg, separating ion pair, splitting a gas molecules apart, melting solid salts, producing sugar by photosynthesis, mixing water with anhydrous salts. So all these are examples of endothermic reactions. So now we will see next how this energy phenomena take place in exothermic and endothermic process. So with the help of energy profile diagram, we can understand this thing. So let us take one example. We have two reactant A and B. So they will give you A dash dash B. Dash dash means this is the bond formation or bond breaking. So it is a one time in which both phenomena can take place. This situation is called as activated complex, and after these situations the reactant is converted into product may be A, B or C and D. Two product may be possible. Let us understand this situation through a diagram. This is a diagram of energy profile diagram of two reactions I have given, exothermic reaction and secondly your endothermic reaction. Let us understand. So this is your y-axis. Potential energy is measured in kilojoule per mole, and this is progress of the reaction, or another name is reaction coordinate. Reaction is increasing. Okay, so here we have reactant, that is A plus B. So when you heat it go energy increasing. Potential, this is the reactant contains average kinetic energy of the reactant will increase on heating. So initially this much energy is there, so it will increase. So it will increase, it will go up to there. What happens? The bond between A and B will form or break. So this is a position where bond formation, bond break both can take place. So energy required to reach up to this top hill, this and this position is called as this capital E small a is called as activation energy. So activation energy is the additional energy above kinetic energy of the reactant where activated complex is formed. So after that what happens? This energy is again reaction is going on. So again potential energy is decreases. So what happens? Up to here it stops. So we can say, so this is the average energy of the reactant and this is the average energy of the product. Okay, this much is there. So if you take energy of the reactant minus energy of the products, that is called change in energy, and this change in energy is called as delta H. So here energy of the product is, kinetic energy of the product is more and kinetic energy of the reactant is less. So if you subtract this energy, we will get the value of delta H. This triangle is called delta, is less than 0. Sim negative. So negative energy will, negative symbol will tell you exothermic reaction. Similarly, in endothermic reaction, what will happen? The same, this is a reactant, this is activated complex. But in this case here, one thing is there. This is the average energy of the product, this is the average energy of the reactant. So if you subtract reactant minus products, so we will get again delta H. But here delta H will be positive. Why? Because the average energy of reactant is greater than the average energy of product. So delta H is greater than 0. So but it will be positive. So here this delta H is nothing but we are calling free energy. So here difference between this and this is called as free energy. Difference between ER minus EP is called as free energy. So this free energy is there. Okay, so this free energy is we are seeing in terms of exothermic or endothermic energy. So here graph is down, product means average energy of the product is less, here average energy of the product is more. So now what is activation energy? I have said just now. So it is the minimum energy needed to start the reaction by reactant for formation of product. Now next topic, rates of chemical reactions. So on basis of time required for completion of a reaction or time taken in establishment of equilibrium during reaction. So there are different type of reactions is also classified. One is fast reaction, second is slow reaction, and third is very slow reactions. So let us see how these are different to each other. So fast reactions, these reactions are completed spontaneously, means how much? 10 to the power minus 3 seconds, very less second of time is very fastly. Like neutralizer reaction, explosion of bombs, burning of matchsticks, immediately it will form. We cannot estimate the times, microseconds can form. Slow reactions, moderate reactions. Slow reactions are those reactions which can easily measured by experimental methods. So these reactions are actually we are measuring, we are studying, like H2S on giving heating, giving H2 plus S. So these reactions can be measured. There are so many reactions which is very slow reactions, so which reactions cannot be measured. So these reactions may take days, years to complete. We cannot observe it. So these reactions like rusting of iron, these reactions are impractical to measure. We cannot measure these type of reactions. Like respirations, digestions, all these are very slow reactions. So energy releasing very slow, that is difficult to measure it. So we will move to next reactions, next topic. Till now, thank you very much.